beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in on my regular posting day. It's a Friday and it's a video day. Yeah, baby. Today I'm making a review on the deQuelery high D whistles. I have 3 in different materials to show you guys. I have an aluminium, a brass, and a carbon fibre. So today I'm going to show you some close-ups, give you some information on the deQuelery whistles, and also play these for you so you can get an idea of how the difference in material makes a difference to the sound that these whistles produce. Looking at the aluminium whistle up close first, you can see that the mouthpiece is quite long and shaped here at the top, but neatly finished with the deQuelery logo here at the front. Moving down the whistle, you'll notice the deQuelery engraving here as well. Relatively small finger holes, neatly spaced and nicely finished, and a few little bands here at the bottom with the marking the key of the whistle here as well. Now this particular whistle is a straight bore rather than a tapered bore whistle. It's not overly slippery, I know some materials can be, and it's quite a nice lightweight whistle. You'll see from the end though the material, the aluminium itself, is quite thick, so the body on this whistle is still rather sturdy, the bore is thick, but the material itself is very light. On the opposite end of the scale, the brass whistle, although finished exactly the same way with the banding, the lettering, the inscriptions are a little clearer on the brass, but the whistle itself is considerably heavier in weight. Again, the thickness of the material here on the bore is similar, although a little thinner, but again the whistle is heavier and perhaps a little more slippery than the aluminium. Finally, the carbon fibre, which is the lightest of the 3, has this natural pattern ingrained, but also you'll notice that the logo at the top here, the engraving, is not quite as neatly finished in this particular material. Again, the holes and the body itself is nicely finished, the lettering at the end, and thickness-wise similar to the other's material, but perhaps a little thinner again than the aluminium. But this is the lightest of the 3. It's a shiny finish, so might be a little bit slippery for some, but it doesn't feel overly so from my point of view. But then I don't find that many whistles do feel particularly slippery. Now, when you order from deQuelery, you'll find information on the whistle that comes with the whistle you purchase, also information on how to clean your whistle and to get it perfectly in tune. The mouthpieces, when pushed right the way down for transport and travel purposes, tend to make the whistle play slightly on the sharp side of things. So the whistle heads do need to be pulled out slightly just to get these whistles to play a little bit better in tune. Now the best way to do this is to ensure that you grab the whole of the whistle head and twist slightly whilst pulling very, very gently, and not actually grab this sort of thin narrow part here, because that might cause cracking in the whistle head. So just gently grab the base and ease that top off the whistle a little. Now the whistle heads on these are removable, and apparently the whistle heads from the high whistles fit on most of the high D whistle range, and of course other keys in the high whistle range as well. So I've got some information that I've been sent on email here just so I get the right info for you guys. But a high D whistle head will fit on a C, D, E flat and an F whistle, and deQuelery make low whistles and high whistles from a low C right the way to a high F, and all those unusual keys in between on request as well. So definitely the place to go if you're looking for an unusual key you might not find with other makers. Now these high D whistles are part of the Artist series from deQuelery, and they do vary in price. The aluminium is €65, the brass is €85, and the carbon fibre is €105. Now one unique feature of these is that the mouthpieces, when they're removed, do have a layer of cork around the whistle body here, and that is to ensure that these whistle mouthpieces stay in place when you've adjusted them and tuned them, and to make sure that no air leaks from these as well. And this is on all the Artist series high whistles and low whistles as well. These whistle heads are also made from rubber. They're designed and made by deQuelery, so they're unique to the brand. And they're quite comfortable in the mouth. I quite like this sort of narrow, thin top here. But again, definitely don't grab that when you're twisting the whistle heads, because this might actually, it's probably the most fragile part of the whistle. So just be careful with these mouthpieces. When you're storing these, make sure you store them well and keep them protected. So I hope you guys are going to like the sound of these. I'm going to play them in value order. So I'm going to start with the aluminium, then the brass, then the carbon fibre, and we'll see how they sound and what you guys think. Now, as you've heard, all three of these materials do have their own unique sound when it comes to playing these whistles, so it's nice to be able to have the choice, so you get the idea of which sound you prefer with this raw sound sample, and then you can choose the one that you like the sound of and that fits your playing sort of style, the whistles that you own. Personally, I like the carbon fibre sound. It's a little mellower than some of the others, but also these whistles have amazing volume. They're really loud, and you do actually need to play with full confidence. They do require a little bit more force and breath than some other whistles. They aren't timid whistles. You do really need to let go and just play these with your full heart and soul to get the most out of them. Now, when I used to make whistle tutorials, I also used to cover things like scales and half holes, but I found that obviously any quality whistle is able to do this with ease, but I will go through these anyway just for your peace of mind. Now, you'll notice from the quick scales that I did there that these whistles are ridiculously responsive, but they do vary slightly in their responsiveness. I would say that the aluminium whistle seems to be the most responsive and easiest of the three to reach those high notes easily. And I don't know why the whistle body would make any difference to that. It might just be the mouthpieces are warmed up differently, I don't know. As you can hear, they don't take a lot of effort to get into those higher notes. I would say the carbon fibre probably takes the most push to get into the second octave, but again, all three of them just sweep through them so simply and smoothly. The aluminium, actually, you do need slightly less air than the other two for the low notes as well. So I don't know if the thickness of the material or the material that it's made of itself has any bearing over that, or whether this is just purely consequential. I don't know. But as I mentioned earlier, regardless, you are better off just letting go on these whistles and giving them everything you've got to get the cleanest, purest, and richest sound out of them. Don't hold back, guys. Just enjoy these things. Now, from what I can tell, I haven't come across any negatives of these whistles at all. As I've said, they're lightweight, they're beautifully finished, they're pretty reasonable price-wise as far as whistles go, and the quality seems to be outstanding. Now, as for choosing between these, if the budget makes no difference to you, then there are a few different aspects of each that make these whistles unique and might make them perfect for you. The brass whistle, being the heaviest, does have that lovely weight to it that I quite enjoy from whistles. It gives it a richer tone than some of the other materials just because of the weight of the material of this one. And it's also a little brighter because brass tends to have that bright sound to it. The aluminium whistle is obviously a lot lighter, so if you do struggle with arthritis or weightier whistles and you find that they're too much for your hands or your hands get tired, then the aluminium whistle might be a great choice. You still get that nice metallic sound. It's a little softer and less bright than the brass, but still has a lovely tone to it. But again, yeah, is a lot lighter. And the carbon fibre, again, my personal favourite, just because the sound is a little softer and a little more muffled almost, but I kind of like that in a whistle. It adds to the sort of haunting and ambience of it for me personally. But yeah, if you're looking for something that you know is going to be full-on sturdy and might not have as much problem temperature-wise if you plan to play indoors then outdoors, or you're subject to temperature changes, the carbon fibre whistles don't need as much warming up, I've found, as metal whistles, so that might be the whistle for you. Now, I have put links in the description down below where you guys can find more information about deQuelery whistles on their website, and links to the whistles that I have here. I do have some other whistles that I'll be showing you guys soon from this collection, low whistles, and a little collaboration video, hopefully with the maker of these whistles himself as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, then please do hit that enormous big thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't for more videos like this, and hit that bell so you guys get notifications every time a new review or video or tutorial comes out here on YouTube. Please do leave your comments, questions, suggestions, and anything you'd like to know in the comments below this video so that the whistle maker can get back to you. and that I can reply with any questions you have about these whistles as well, just in case there's anything I've missed. And of course, if you'd like to learn any of the tunes that I've played today, you can find them here on screen. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, don't forget you'll find all those links down in the description below on Ko-fi and Patreon, and also on my website. But until Sunday, when we have our Halloween special, have a great few days, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!